Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. There are more people that I can see that are getting on board, that are joining the meeting. So we're going to give them a minute to get in, and then we'll get started. Okay. Hey, good morning, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. I am Tamika Churchill, and today I'm here to present our first Webinar Wednesday series. Our intention is to host an informational, educational webinar for the community once a month to inform them of activities going on here at the Land Bank and the types of services that we can offer, and just any new information that is happening in and around our organization. So I am Tamika Churchill, the Executive Director, and I'll be presenting to you today. So, as many of you may know, the Land Bank has hired 2 new staff members, myself and Cashel Gaines. I don't know if y'all can you all see that slide? We started with the Land Bank in July, and we've been working diligently to get properties up to date, communicating with the community, and preparing properties for disposal and use in the future. So we're working hard on that. We're here every day, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we commit to returning all phone calls within 1 business day if we receive phone calls. And the quickest way to get a response is via email. We typically can turn an email around a little bit faster than a phone call. Okay. So the Dekalb Regional Land Bank is a public body corporate politic established by the Georgia Land Bank Act. Our organization was formed by an intergovernmental agreement between DeKalb County and the city of Lithonia. We're governed by a board of directors that includes four individuals at the moment and 1 vacant position. Our purpose is to return vacant, blighted, abandoned, condemned real property back to tax generating status. And in order to do that, we involve community-based groups in the process of removing and improving, developing, redeveloping properties to produce useful spaces for the residents of DeKalb County. We also try to align ourselves with current initiatives going on in the county, such as the initiative to create workforce housing and affordable housing efforts. So those are some of the things we try to partner with the county and other organizations to work on as we dispose of our properties. the types of properties that we currently have in inventory and more than likely will continue to get in our inventory are residential properties. Most of them being single family vacant lots. However, we do have some single family lots that have structures on them. And in the future, we may receive multifamily units. At the moment, we don't have any, but those are things that we will receive into the land bank, hopefully in the near future. We get occasionally some commercial properties. And those are office buildings, rental spaces, and then we do have commercial vacant lots as well that come into the land bank from time to time. The land bank, our board of directors has approved certain projects to carry out our missions, and these are programs, geared to our disposal processes to carry out our mission. And I want to quickly go through those programs because they are important during the application process. During the application process, you must identify the program that you're aligning with, and that helps us determine your purpose and who you are. So the first program that we have is the Land Bank Depository Program. This program enables governmental entities and nonprofits to deposit real property into DeKalb Regional Land Bank Authority. We hold that property for a maximum of 5 years while the owner entity is preparing a strategic plan for some type of community-based initiative, whether it be affordable housing, a park, a green space. The time that the property is in the land bank, it's time that they are building a strategic plan and carrying out that plan. And our hopes are by the end of that 5 years, the property is ready to go back into a usable status. During that time, we hold the property tax exempt, we maintain it, we insure it, and we make sure that those costs are passed through to the nonprofit organization. All right. Our second program is the donation program. Here at the DeKalb Regional Land Bank Authority, we do accept donations of property that is located within DeKalb County. However, our board has the final discretion to accept or deny a property based on whether it can fit the needs and the goals and the mission of our organization. Next is a permanent affordability program. The land bank has established some guidelines for selling residential property and vacant lots that are zoned in residential areas to nonprofit entities. And this is to support affordable housing that is defined through the HUD standards. And we all agree that permanent affordable housing is defined as housing where mortgage or rent plus utility costs do not exceed 30% of a low to moderate income individual's monthly income for a period of 20 years or more. So that more information can be found on HUD's website as it relates to that affordability calculation and what that means. But our goals and regulations are centered around the criteria that is established by HUD. We have the side lot program. This allows an individual who, I went ahead too fast, allows an individual who owns a parcel that is contiguously adjacent to one of our properties to purchase that property. And in order to qualify for this program, they must occupy the property, and the property must be they must conduct a survey and add the property to their property and not subdivide the property within 5 years after taking possession, after the transaction is closed. Those are some of the major requirements of that program. We also are very open-minded, and we enjoy the opportunity to collaborate with other community-inspired development projects. So our board is very open-minded. They really appreciate creativity and are very open to entertaining community proposals that that are aligned with our mission and goals for the organization. So that concludes the programs, which really is all encompassing. We do a lot with other governmental agencies. We do a lot with nonprofit agencies, but we're also open to working with individuals on projects that meet our goal and serve our mission. Um, Again, who is eligible to apply? Nonprofits, developers, community organizations, and individuals. The application process has been somewhat daunting for some people. We get a lot of questions, and that's one of the reasons that we're here today. We're here to kind of help you navigate that process and help you to understand what all it takes and what all is required to get the application into us, in addition to what to expect once we have the application. So the application process, I put at the top of this slide, and I will share the slide deck with you. My recommendation on the application is that you go to the website, download it, read and review the entire application prior to sitting down to complete it. The easiest way to get the application to us is through our online portal. That way you can complete the application, you can upload documents, and that information can be transmitted to us via email and received the very next day. So that lessens the chance of things getting lost in the mail to do it that way. However, mail is an option. Completing a written application is an option. And if you're in need of any assistance, then we can offer some technical assistance with helping you do a manual application if need be. So the application actually shows you how to, I'm going to switch my screen and show you a copy of the application, but the application will tell you everything that you need based on the type of proposal or based on the type of program that you select. So if you're an individual, what you'll need is government ID, proof of funds, and if you're a business or a company, you'll need a project proposal. For example, if you're planning to build a house on a lot that fits into the criteria of affordable housing, we'll want to see, number one, what is your financial prospectus on the house, on the build, and the outcome for the end user. Number two, can you show us a sketch, at least a sketch of the floor plan? We want to see if it's even feasible for the lot. Number three, who is going to work on this project with you? Are you using a licensed insured contractor? What is your experience as an organization in completing such types of projects? So we really want to know your capabilities and the complete plan of how you're going to do the project and fund the project. Complete the application form. You can access the application on our website at www.drlb.org. Once you get on the site, you'll have to create an account, and then like I said, you can download a copy of the application, or you can complete the application there in your signed in portal. Either way, we will get that information should be transmitted to us, and it must be clear and complete to prevent delays in the process. Once you submit the application will go to it'll come to us here at the staff. We'll review it, and we will let you know whether the application is moving forward for the board of directors approval and in which meeting that application will be reviewed so that you'll have the opportunity to attend and make public comment on that day. So that too is a part of some of the things that we do during that application process. Some important things to remember. The applicant, check our website for any, we may request proposals for certain parcels that we've identified as a great space for, say, for instance, a home for disabled families or disabled people. We may identify that as a project opportunity and post to our website and what we call a request for proposal, an RFP. Most of you are on our mailing list already, so if we do issue a solicitation for RFP, you most likely will be notified by email with a link to the direct RFP. It normally takes anywhere from 30 to 45 days for the review process. And the reason we say 30 to 45 days is because you may send it to us the day after a board meeting. And we may take time here in the office to review it, and it may not be presented until the next board meeting, which is usually within 30 days. However, you know, sometimes we have to move meetings based on various circumstances. Additionally, in the event you do go under contract with the land bank, you want to be sure that you are prepared for the closing date and you are prepared for carrying out your project in a timely fashion. Those are details that would be in any contract that you execute with the land bank. I won't go into that in deep detail today because that's getting away from the application process. But those are the types of things that you need to be mindful of. Timing is very important, and you want to keep those dates in front of you. So the next slide is the Q&A session. But before I go into the Q&A session, I want to show you, and I'm going to have to change screens here. I want to show you a copy. Excuse me. I want to show you a copy of a land bank application. And I want to show this to you because the application is very simple. And most of you may try to, can you all see my screen? Or do I need to change screens?
You need to change
Can you see the screen?
We can only see the Zoom presentation.
You can only see what?
The Zoom presentation. Right. We can't see the application.
Okay. All right. Now you should be able to see the application. Can you see the application? Okay. All right, great. So in this application, this is generic information. So you don't have to worry about having the same exact responses that I have. This is just an example of what all is in the application. Again, I recommend that you go to this application and download it, read it, so that you know for yourself and the type of proposal that you're submitting, what will be needed to go along with the application prior to sitting down at the computer to complete it in your in the logged in portal. So first we'll start with your contact information. just your name, address, email address, phone number, the way you would like for us to contact you for more information or to let you know that your application is moving forward for approval with the board of directors. Next, this section is really geared towards specifying which program you're applying for and what subject to utility, subject to and what the requirements will be for the program that you're applying for. Section 3, again, we talk about your experience. This is a good place to submit your resume, your business capabilities statement, proof or at least a list of previous projects similar in nature that have been completed by you and the partners that you're submitting this application with. This is how we determine whether you are capable of completing the project that you have submitted to us for approval. We ask you for at least 2 references who we can, preferably people that you have been involved with on projects that have been completed successfully. The customers are good people to submit because they can tell us exactly, you know, how well you performed and whether you got your project completed on time and how well it is doing on the back end, if you met your target, if you met goals. So customers are good references. Then there's the property information. If you've identified one of our properties that you would like to purchase, then please submit the address and the parcel number. Now, this parcel number I made up really quickly, and it probably has more numbers than a regular parcel number, but definitely submit the parcel number and tell the characteristic of that parcel. Is it a vacant lot next to your property? Is it a vacant lot not next to your property? Again, this helps us identify what program you are applying for. And on the next column, we talk about what are you going to do with it. These are general categories of future use. So please be sure to select one, or there's an option to select others and fill in the blank. Below is the proposed price. What are you proposing to pay for the property? Our website is a work in progress, and we are working to add what we think is fair market value to our property website pages. So that'll be a good place to go to help determine where our expectations are, so that we can to minimize time, to minimize the going back and forth, so that you can make a very strong offer that is likely to be accepted. All right, and then one of the things that is important to us is how soon do you think you can get your proposal completed? Those are things that we want to put in our contract documents and kind of hold developers and project partners accountable for completing things in a timely manner. Time is something that we're going to have to agree on. And then finally, are you receiving any type of financing for this property? We want to ensure that we vet the lender, that we verify the approval, and that all funds are in place to complete the project. So that's very important to add to the application. So down here in section 5 and below, I was telling you the application tells you everything you need to submit to us to get approval and have a successful process. So all that you will need, your financial documents, your proposal documents, your capability statement, all that is described in section 5 of the application. It tells you where to email the application to if you're not going to complete it online. It tells you where to mail the application to. It gives you all the information that you need, and it also describes the process that we go through here internally, and sets the expectation of when you should hear back from us and how we will be contacting you and what point in the process you'll be contacted. So finally, you know, we do our best to ensure that your applications are complete. We ask you to check and double check, because if we have to reach out to you for more information, that could delay us here in the office with getting the application to the board, and it may take us several board meetings before your project is presented to the board if information is trickling in here and there. So the best thing to do is make sure that you have that application complete. We're always here to assist and answer questions. Inside this portal, you can send messages to us. Our email address the DeKalb Regional Land Bank email address is here on the application. I believe it's here. I can't. And if it's not, what I'll do is follow up. It is that the email address is there, and email us with any questions. We're always here to assist, to provide that technical assistance to make sure you're turning in a complete application. So do not hesitate to call. We actually look forward to working with you and creating some great experiences, some great opportunities, and some great benefits for the citizens of DeKalb County. And that really concludes the application process. While it may seem daunting, it is as intense as your proposal is. If your proposal is simple, the application process is simple. But as you know, complex proposals will require a complex process. At this time, we're going to entertain questions and answers. Are there any questions in the chat?
I have a question. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Patrice. I couldn't get my face to come up on the screen. When you said about the property, like if you want to buy a property that's vacant, but it's next door to someone else's, do you still have to have permission from that person to buy it, or only they can buy that property that is vacant, the land that's vacant?
So what I was describing is a program. That is a program for the neighbor, but the property can be sold to someone else. But it may be more advantageous to sell that property to a neighbor because it may be so small that a structure can't be placed on it.
Okay.
So that is a specific program. I think if you were wanting to buy a property that's located next door to someone else's, that would fit in the community inspired program.
Okay. I
Under
had
that program.
looked at a property off of like Stevenson, but it's next door to a park, but it is a house that's located there. I came down to the DeKalb County building where they have all the property listings at. And I did find the property, but they couldn't they said that I would have to come to DeKalb somewhere else to find out how to get the property. But they said you guys own the property.
When you say you guys, who do you mean?
They said the DeKalb County owns the property.
We are DeKalb County. We are DeKalb Regional Land Bank Authority. We are not DeKalb County.
Okay. Okay.
We are a separate entity. We provide services to DeKalb County, but we are not DeKalb County. So if it's owned by the county, you'll have to find out from the county how to purchase it. We
Gotcha.
don't have, if you email me and an address and I say, well, that's not in my inventory, then it's probably a county property, which is different from a land bank property.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I'll email it to you and see if you know about it.
Sure. Thank you.
One more question. So
Sure.
when will the properties be listed?
We are in the process. We've done some work. We've gotten them out there, but we still have to fine tune the information on our website. And I would say I've been in communication with our GIS service. I would say that I look forward to having updated information on the website by next Monday.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, so my question is kind of based on hers, but just a little more clarification. So to find these properties, you said they will, where can we find the properties? You said you would have that information available soon, or where can we
Well,
find it?
the properties are advertised on our website. And if you go, let me go to our website, share my screen. One moment, I'm going to share the screen with you. Okay, I think, can you see our website?
Yes.
Okay. Up here in the upper right-hand corner, there's a link that says property listings. And like I said yesterday, and so here is where you see my name is right there. This is where you will create your account to go into the portal. And you can go in, look at properties and submit applications inside of the portal here on our website, just by clicking
So
on that link. And it also tells you the steps of how to apply. Can you see that?
yes. Now, where it has up there in the your website address, it's kind of got a strip blocking it, so I can't see that. Could you just tell me what your website address is right quick, please?
I can
It
place it
is.
in the chat.
Okay, please do. Please place. She's going to place a link to the website in the chat, and you can copy and download the link.
This video, will it be emailed to us as well? Like,
Yes, we will send out a recording. This will be uploaded to the webinar section of our website, and we will send out a link by Friday with the recording.
okay. And this email that I have here, drlba@gmail.com, is that where we can email any questions or anything that we have?
Yes, you can. That's our customer service email address.
And your name is Tamika.
I am Tamika Churchill, yes.
Yep. Thank you, kindly. Thank you, Tamika.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
You did have a question in the chat that just came up. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, it says the website states that the DRFB is currently reconstituting its operations. Does this mean there are official changes in policies coming soon? And that's from Mr. Cameron Peterson.
Mr. Peterson, no, we're not, at the moment, we're not restructuring any policies. We have put some new people in place, and we are here today. And we are refining our programs, giving more definition to the program, but the policies that are out there on the website, as for now, those will remain the same. Some of those are official legislation, so we're not able to change them, but we're not in the process of changing policies at the moment. You're welcome. Okay, does anyone else have a question?
Hey, good morning, Ms. Churchill, Ms. Gaines. It's so nice to speak with you. I just had a quick question about the side lot disposition program.
Yes, can you say your name?
Madeline Brumby.
Okay, hi, Ms. Brumby.
Hi, good morning. I just wanted to double check. Was kind of piggybacking on to one of the questions from earlier about the questions about the neighbor living next door to something. And it
Yes.
sounded like it might be where for a side lot, the person who is adjacent may have some sort of kind of first right of refusal. Am I understanding that sort of correctly, where it would definitely need to be presented to the neighbor?
Well, Ms. Brum, we try to be fair and equitable. If the neighbor has expressed interest to us, then we definitely will let the neighbor know that the property is available. However, we still must advertise that property
Oh, of
publicly
course. Yeah.
in the Champion for 4 weeks straight, and then accept other offers and other proposals. The side lot program, like I said, it's a very good instrument to use when that property next to the neighbor is too small for a structure, or it would be, or is landlocked, not very attractive to another type of buyer. That's where we see more value in a side lot program. But we offer you pretty much the same right that we offer the public when when that is not the case.
Okay. I understand. Thank you.
Okay.
So the offering of, this is Charles, I'm sorry. The offering, again, the offering of these properties, is this just for a specific time, like for 2024 through 2026, or is this an ongoing, these properties are always available?
Well, we more than likely, we will always have some properties in our inventory. There will be turnover of properties. When we submit an RFP, we submit a deadline, and that the time frame for getting us the proposal is by that deadline. We have the option to accept a proposal or to not accept any proposals and send that back out for solicitation of other proposals. And that process could go on for, more than 6 months. It could go on for a year. If we don't feel that we found the right opportunity and the right proposal for the property, then we reserve the right not to accept proposals.
So then you're saying that that is per property, correct? Per property.
Each parcel, yes.
Got you. Okay.
So another question for, hey, this is Madeline again. For the request for proposal, is there, I think you may have mentioned it, but it was a lot of information. Does the person or company or whomever is making this proposal have a chance to present to the board and make their case, or?
Yes, on the day that your proposal is reviewed, we will call you in advance to let you know your proposal will be reviewed on, Thursday, September 12th, or whatever the date may be.
Okay.
You are able to attend the open board meeting that day and give public comment to speak on your proposal.
Okay, great. Awesome. Thank you.
Are there any other questions?
We do have some more that just came through the chat. Someone would like to know, if a property has a completed proposal for more than one developer or partner, how will the land bank proceed with making a decision? Miss Nadira, I believe.
Okay. What we will focus, number one, we'll focus on the competencies. If given that all things are equal, then we also will defer to our priorities as an organization. So it will really depend on how well the proposal aligns with our goals, our mission, and how well the proposers do in convincing us that it is a viable project that they can complete and that it will be successful. That's how we would rank and compare to proposals.
Okay, we have an additional question as well from Mr. Peterson that says, through the Community Inspired program, is the land bank willing to work with the zoning board, the housing authority of Dekalb, Parks and Rec, etc., on certain proposals?
That may be a possibility at times. We have not had that challenge to date, but with the community inspired proposals, what we are hoping for is alignment with something that the county has. The county has a lot of different types of programs, and we hope that what we get from the community somewhat aligns with those programs. And when they do, the county has already implemented some of those some of the things that kind of are presented as challenges if you're not working in alignment with the county. So that is possible. It is possible that we can help navigate through some of those departments, but we cannot guarantee that we're going to always be able to do that. But if you're aligned with something that's already out there, I know that whenever they do ordinances, they say that, you know, these projects will have priority with zoning and priority with building permits and so on and so forth. So, you know, we'll do our best, but we cannot, you know, guarantee that we're going to be able to speed up those processes for you at this time. See a question in the chat. Is that a new question? Oh, thank you. You're welcome. Are there any more questions?
So I got in a little late on the meeting. I was on a phone meeting. Dekalb Regional Land Bank, are you a lending institution with dealing with and you have an excess of properties vacant or whatever that you're trying to dispose of? Am I right with this, or?
We are not a financial institution. We do not lend money. The land bank, I guess the word bank may be confusing you, but as I showed you in one of our program names, a depository, properties are put into the land bank. We maintain them, and then we quote unquote withdraw them and send them back to the organizations that deposited, so to speak, the property into the land bank. And in that case, when we're doing that, we're mostly working with other governmental units or nonprofit organizations. That usually isn't the case for individuals. So if that makes any sense, but the answer is we do have properties, but we don't offer any type of financial instruments, loans, or anything.
Thank you.
So, okay. Are there any other questions?
Yes, I have a question. My name is Patricia. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So if I go on the website, would I be able to see the properties on your website today, or they're not up there yet?
We are working on, there are some properties out there. However, we're working on the specific information per property, and that will be a better time to go would be next Monday, by next Monday. We should
Okay.
have everything out there and ready for you by the end of the week, but definitely by Monday.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, Ms. Churchill. My name is Nadir. I have a quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
If someone's already submitted an application, what do you suggest if the application has been submitted, but there needs to be some type of changes made after coming here to the webinar today? What would be the best way to resubmit that to your office with the changes?
Okay, Nadir, that's a good question. You can resubmit an application, Nadir. I would encourage you to, right now we have, and I know which one you're talking about. I've seen your application. Right now we have that property in legal review. So when the status changes on the property, we will let you know, and that will be a better time when we have more information to give to you, and that will be a better time for you to submit the application.
Absolutely. Okay. Thank you
So
so much.
we will keep you informed. I do have your information on the contact list for that property. So
Okay.
anytime we make major strides and meet major milestones in getting that property ready to convey, you will be notified.
Thank you so much. And I really
Okay.
appreciate your team for having this webinar. I've been in contact with you guys and you guys have been so helpful when I reach out to you guys. So this was such a wealth of information for me. And I just dropped everything that I need to do today to make sure I was here. So thank you so much. I really
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your time with us. I know you're very busy, and we do appreciate you being here to support us and coming today to get your questions answered.
thank you as well, Ms. Churchill.
Hey, I'd like to follow that and say thank you so much as well. I'm sure you're been exhausted with my continuous emails as well. I think I'm in the same camp as Nadira. So I guess I probably just am in the holding pattern as well with that property too.
Yes, and no, I am not exhausted with it.
You're probably like, oh my God, they email us all the time.
But yes, I mean, I appreciate the communication and you staying on top of it. But yes, we do. Again, Ms. Brumley, we have your information right at hand. You are on the contact list for that property. And pretty much all of you, because you're on our contact list, will be informed when any property that we have becomes available. We would love it if you guys would share our information with your colleagues and other people like yourself who are interested in developing and redeveloping the DeKalb County community. So, you know, we're here. We like to stay engaged. We will be having, again, next month, we'll have another webinar series. And Kishel, if you could help me with making a note, I would, when we send out, we'll send out a survey about today's webinar and get some feedback from you. But I'd also like to know what you all need to hear from us. What would you like for us to communicate and make more clear to you about this process and about how we operate as a land bank? So if you guys could provide some feedback, that helps us determine the best use of this instrument for communicating and educating the community. That helps us out a lot.
Ms. Churchill, I think we have a few more minutes. Do you have time for one more question?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
So this is in response to you just kind of wanting to know what we need as the community and hearing from us. So I just kind of wanted to see if you could just kind of go back to the community part, like if someone was applying under the community, you kind of went through like four or five different pillars, and the community was one of them. And that part was just a little fuzzy for me.
Do you mean the community inspired
Exactly, the
program?
community inspired
Can you
proposal.
can you
Yes,
see
I
my
can see
screen?
it. Uh-huh.
Okay, all right.
Um,
So the reason we don't have a lot of detail is because this is like a sandbox. This is like this is where we leave a room to entertain creative proposals from the community. These are for the things that we haven't thought of that could be of use and could be of value to you, the citizens of DeKalb County. So it may be very vague. Nadira, please reach out if you have any additional, specific questions. But again, this is where we're saying that we're kind of open-minded for you to come to us and make a proposal for various types of development initiatives.
okay, that makes complete sense. Thank you so much.
All right. Any more questions? Okay, if there are no more questions, we would like to conclude our webinar Wednesday for the month of October. I want to again thank you all for coming. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedule to meet with us, to allow us the opportunity to meet you and to see some of you. We will have more webinars in the future, and we will also be having some community-focused events inside of the community that we will be inviting you to. Hopefully you can attend and support us. And if there's anything that we can do for you, please feel free to reach out via phone or via email, and we will be happy to serve and help you navigate this application process and any other project that you may be going through where we can assist, where we can partner with you.
When will this recording be available to us? When will we receive it?
I would say I'm hoping to have it out by Friday, at the latest. But at the latest it will be late Friday, as long as all works well with Zoom. Technology is great when it works. So I should have the recording within the next couple of hours. And then it's a matter of us sitting down and pulling together all the information that we want to send out and sending you a link to it, getting it uploaded to our website. That may take that may not be done until early Friday.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Again, thank you all for coming and hope to see you next month.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye-bye.